Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to Nancy and Apron. Orange ginger chicken. And here are my ingredients. I'm going to use the zest of an orange. This is actually one of the mandarin oranges. We're going to use some garlic. I used the sugar-free orange ginger marinade from G. Hughes. Really good stuff right there. I've got some coconut back here that I'm actually going to toast that, and you'll see why at the end. I've got some chopped dehydrated onion, some coconut oil, salt. I'm using the breast tenderloins because that's my choice of what I prefer to eat. You can use the chicken breast, you can use the boneless thighs, whatever your choice is. Now I'm going to serve this over rice. If you want to make it nice and very low carb, you'll want to use the cauliflower rice. Okay, I totally forgot to get my liners for my slow cooker. So I'm going to just spray it with some olive oil. And then in the bottom of my crock pot, I'm going to put some coconut oil. So if you can find those in your store, it's really good to use the liners. As I now know, because it certainly saves on cleanup. Okay. Yes, I'm just using my hands. My chicken is froze. I always use frozen chicken. Unless I stop at the store on the way home, then my meats are always frozen that I put in my slow cookers. And I'm going to put 6 in there. That way, if we have some left over, we can always use it. You see I'm washing my hands. Yes. Have that sink of water here for many, many things. Next thing I want to do is add some salt to the chicken. You salt it to taste. Now I want to go ahead and put a cup. I'm going to put a full cup of our orange ginger marinade. Again, this is by G. Hughes, and I absolutely love their sauces. There's so many of them. It's delicious. Okay, and on top of that, you see? Well, you know what? Y'all could probably see a whole lot better if I turn this light on. Oops, I've got it right there. Just don't have it on. Okay. And yeah, that's the dehydrated onions. If you don't have dehydrated onions, then of course, and by all means, go ahead and use just regular onions if you like onions. If you don't, then don't even worry about that part. It's not necessary. I also have a green onion here. I didn't tell you that. I'm going to use this at the end as well. Alright, and I like to crush my garlic. I don't much like the kind that's in the jar. I actually used to buy the stuff that was in the jar. And I don't know. Maybe I got a bad jar of it or something. But I can tell you it was awful. But I'm going to put 3 cloves of garlic in. And you know, you don't have to peel the garlic when you use your press, because it squeezes it right out of there. And see? Clean up all 3. There we go. Just like that. Give it a little wipe off, because you want all of that goodness, tasty goodness in there. You don't want to leave it out. Okay. Next, I'm going to zest this little orange, this little mandarin orange, right over top of the... I can get it to sit still there. But just right over top of the crock. When I don't use as far as this zest, Tom will eat the orange. So, okay. And we're just going to kick that right in there. Like that. Just like that. And that, my friends, is all you need for this orange ginger chicken with an orange zest. Okay. We're going to put this on high for 4 to 6 hours. And then I'll show you the rest of it. Okay, so now I'm doing 2 of the boil-in bags of rice, and I'm just boiling it in, hope you guys can see that. I'm just boiling it in some chicken broth, that's all. And I'm doing 2 because later on this week I'm going to use rice in another dish. So, you know, let's make it easy. Go ahead and fix 2 of them. I have drained our chicken, but now I'm going to put a little bit more of this marinade on the chicken, and I'm just going to leave it on warm. But I'm just doing just little bits of it, you know, teaspoon at a time or so. And I'm going to put the lid on. And we're going to let this cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, like that. And put the lid on. Right here is where I'm going to do the final step as far as cooking goes. Where I'm going to do the final step as far as my cooking goes. I just have a little small skillet here. I'm going to let it warm up, and I'm going to toast the coconut. Toasted coconut, if you haven't toasted coconut before, you really should, because to me it makes a great difference. And I'm not going to do that much of it though, because it's just for us to sprinkle on the top of our rice, or of our chicken. Oops, I better turn that down a little bit. It's getting a little loud back there, huh? But not even full 1/4 cup that I'm measuring out here. Now I'm just gonna. Now don't walk off and leave this, because it won't take but a second for it to burn. So, but you can see as it starts tanning out, that's what we're wanting. It gives it that delicious added flavor, a much more pronounced nutty flavor to our coconut. I'm using an unsweetened coconut. You do you. Of course, it's all not going to brown the same color. You just want to make sure not to burn any of it. Before you do that, you know, just go ahead and shut that burner off. Oh my goodness, this smells amazing. I just love the smell of toasted coconut. We have our rice that's, I think it's ready. Oh yeah, it's ready now to come out of there, and I'm gonna set my rice in this strainer. So as I pour that out, that way the additional liquid is just gonna go ahead and drain off. We don't need it in there, so that's how we take care of that. Yeah. Look here, look at this. Isn't that pretty? Very toasty, and oh, it smells great. And I know it's just going to taste so delicious on our supper. Okay, I'm going to get this all plated up, and then we'll be back in a minute. Okay, there it is. Sprinkle us some little green onion on it, cut on the diagonal. And here is that wonderful smelling coconut that I toasted. And I am also going to have an egg roll with mine. Tom doesn't like egg roll, so. But I'm going to have an egg roll with mine.